We back again. It's August 2nd. It's about to be 5 p.m. And I got that dog in me. Like I really got that dog in me. Before I even start on the actual episode, I was just thinking and I'm like, yo, like I've never been in such a great headspace to where I just know I'm like fully locked in. And for the people that know me, they know I've said it before. Like, yeah, I'm about to lock in. I'm about to this, that, third. And for some reason, I always slip, always fall. You know what I mean? But it's something about this where I'm at right now. Like the to be honest, like the content that I'm consuming, this book that I'm reading, staying consistent with this series. I'm gonna call it a series. Cause at the rate I'm going, I'm gonna probably have 100 episodes by the end of the month. I got the Black Men's Wear meetup at the end of the month. I'm thriving. Like I'm really thriving. Like my vision is so clear. Like I see everything just panning out so perfectly, and I love that for me. I love that for me. Yeah, it is. I like in the next 30 days, I'm about to go check out this gym tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow if I don't like procrastinate. But I'm gonna go check out this gym. I'm gonna really lock in for real. Like they say you could be unrecognizable in 30 days, and I feel like I'm unrecognizable right now. Like I feel like from yesterday to today is like even from this morning. Like episode 8 was from this morning. Like I woke up, I replied to my friend's text, and if you listen to episode 8, then you kind of know the story. But I went to work. I got off of work at around 11. My mom was at my crib, so we went and got her some snacks for the road because she was leaving Philly and then she's going back to New York and then she's flying to Chicago. So went to the supermarket, got her some snacks or whatever. And then I went home and she went to the restaurant that she was telling me about, that she had called me on the last episode. And then yeah, when I got home, I just came right upstairs into my studio and I just started recording episode 8. And it was the switch. And then I went downstairs, I started watching some other stuff, bullshitting, did some homework, did a little bit of studying. I was looking at for those people that really know me, I'm trying to get my I'm gonna start preparing myself so when I graduate I can get my private pilot's license, buy a boat, and I'm just gonna live like my life to the fullest. Like those are some of my side quests that y'all probably heard in some of the other episodes. But I was just on Instagram just now, and I seen this post, and it said a man who isolates himself is different breed entirely. That man will sit by himself all day planning his next move, thinking about past mistakes, beating himself up, but yet has the biggest heart and the best advice. He will fix everyone but himself. Which I feel like I somewhat agree with that. I don't feel like I have the best advice. I feel like I am very personal. I could talk to everybody. And right now I am kind of like isolated. I'm kind of like locked in. I talk to the people that that really mean something to me in my life, and I talk to them like, not I wouldn't say on a daily basis because I never talk to anybody really on a daily basis, but I talk to them often. We do our check-ins, you know what I mean, and I go about my day. But I say and but a lot. I'm still trying to get out of that, but that's just me. That's just me being authentic. I feel like within time I'll be able to articulate myself better as just talking basically to myself, because like when I'm talking to other people I don't feel like I have this dialect or I have this somewhat tone, but that's a digression. What was I talking about? Yeah, like I'm not necessarily isolated, but I'm locked in. Like June, July was like weird months for me. Like I took my losses, whatever, cool. And now it's like I'm still in like a defeated state, but I'm motivated, I'm locked in. And it's nothing that can stop that. It's really nothing that can stop that. Like I'm really focused, and I just love that for me. I just wanted to say that before we get into the episode. Let's see what episode 9 is about. Let's see. Well, chapter 9, episode 9, whatever y'all want to call it. It said, oh no, it says loving a bottomless pit. Okay. First impressions of that are just the word loving. Just the word loving stands out to me because I feel like I am a very loving person, but I don't show it because fear of getting hurt and fear of people taking advantage of me in terms of, I feel like in my past, once I've like understood that I love someone or had love for someone, they like stabbed me in the back, or is like something didn't just work out. So I have a very iffy relationship with love, even though I love, this is gonna sound like cliche as fuck. I love love. I wanna have close friends that I call and be like, yo, I love, like I do have close friends that I call and be like, yo, I love you. Like you really everything to me. Like you really a pivotal part of my life. Right? And I got friends that call me and say the same thing. But when I think of love, which this is probably not what this chapter is gonna be about, when I think about love, I think about like just like family. Like of course I love my sisters. We don't talk as often as we should, but my sisters, my mom. But I think of love in terms of like a relationship. Like I really want that perfect relationship where like I understand you, you understand me. Of course it's not gonna be perfect. Like we're gonna have our spats, we gonna, you know what I mean? But it's an understanding and it's a true love. Like I don't feel like I feel like I have had true love before and I lost it. And that's why it's like I'm kind of like timid to, you know, try to jump back into anything, or just not necessarily jump back into anything. It's just I'm just chilling right now. So whatever. I guess we could talk about that in a different episode. But loving a bottomless pit. Loving someone can sometimes feel like you're pouring everything into a bottomless pit. This is gonna be a long episode. I'm gonna try to keep it short because we're already at 7 minutes. But I agree with that. It sucks when you see someone's potential. You see someone's potential more than they see their own potential. And that's happened to me before. It's people that loved me and seen my potential, and I didn't see my potential the way they seen my potential, if that makes sense. Like you could love somebody and see something more for them than they see for themselves, or you could see something different for them than they see for themselves. And it's not that you're trying to change them, it's just that you love them enough that you want to see them thrive. And that scares a lot of people. Like it scared me. Like I've been in situations where, like I said, I've been in a situation where someone loved me more than I thought that I could live up to, and that is scary. Like I've been the bottomless pit, and I've been the one pouring into the bottomless pit. So it is what it is. You learn. Sorry about that. You learn from it and you heal from it. I don't know if y'all heard that, but my thing is about to update. Okay. You would get everything just to hear a splash at the end, just to feel you're aware of your efforts and energy, because right now nothing feels good enough. Maybe you can try harder. Maybe you're not doing enough. Maybe you're not good enough. Or maybe, just maybe, you're loving the wrong person. Yo, coming to that realization is like a whirlwind, because once you come to that realization, it's like you just can't shut it off. Me personally, I just can't shut it off. Like I could be like, yo, this is not what it's supposed to be. Like I know either I deserve better, or that person needs to learn. I don't know how to explain it. That person needs to go through what they need to go to before they get to where they're going. You know what I mean? So you could love somebody and it be completely like, you could love somebody, they're not necessarily the wrong person, or they're not necessarily the wrong person, but you're not loving them the way they need to be loved, or you're not pouring into them the way they need to be poured into, if that makes sense, I guess. So maybe just maybe you're loving the wrong person. I don't know. I think maybe not the circumstances. I think maybe the circumstances could be wrong, but you're not necessarily loving the wrong person. Yes and no, because I feel like everyone is deserving of love, but not everyone is deserving of your love. And you should kind of be stingy with who you love and who you pour into. It goes into the last episode where it's like, if they're not putting you first, don't put them first. You know what I mean? Who put you second. And I'm thinking back to this like years ago. I used to watch this podcast, and a guy said, "Yo, if your girl doesn't see more in you than you see in yourself, then you shouldn't be with her." And I feel like, yes, that's true, but that shit is scary because you could push somebody, or you could push somebody further than they need to be pushed at the time. So you could think of people as like a rubber band. So if you pulling a rubber band, pulling it, it's gonna, as sooner or later it's gonna pop. You know, everyone has a limit. Everyone has a limit. So that shit is crazy because it makes sense. It makes sense now. Not now, but it just makes sense now that I'm talking about it. Yeah, you could love the right person the wrong way, and you could love the wrong person the right way. So he goes on to say, love is something you share because you have it, not something you give desperately because you need it. Facts. The person at the top of your love list should be, drumroll, suspense is killing me, you. Facts. If you don't love yourself first, you can never love someone else. And it sucks too because, well, for me, like sometimes when I'm in a relationship, I can put that person first. And I'll even put that person before me because I know me, at the end of the day, I'm always going to be good. Like if I see somebody and I know that I can pour into them to where they can be like successful, or they can come out of things and just be what I expect them to be, then I know I'm going to be good. I'm just going to go through my daily life, but I'm going to always be thinking about what can I do for that person to see their greatness, to see that they can get to where I'm at, which is it's a selfless love, but it's also a selfish love because I'm being selfish to myself. If someone isn't appreciating the love you send their way, then there needs to come a point where you wake up, get up, and walk away. Not to make them miss you, but it can be but so they can recapture your dignity. So you can recapture your dignity and self-worth. Yeah, agree. I agree. Bro, respect yourself. People, not bro, but people, like, respect yourself. If you know deep down in your heart, like, you really trying to do something for somebody, or you trying to give somebody everything that they want or they need, and they're not seeing the efforts that you're putting in, and they're not respecting you, that shit dead. That shit dead. I value respect way more than I value love. Like, you don't gotta love me, but you will respect me. You know what I mean? Like, just certain things is like you can't do. Like certain, like from any relationship aspect, as a friend, as a in a relationship, like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever the case may be, work relationships, your family relationships. There's just certain things you can't do that's just like out of respect. And once people break that respect and you realize that they don't respect you, you gotta respect you enough to just cut them off. It just is what it is. Like, you could give them that one. You could tell them straight up, like, "Yo, listen, I didn't respect what you did. I didn't respect how you went about this, da 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 da." And their first thing is gonna be like, "Oh, but," or, well, if they first thing is not, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry," and you can't feel that is genuine, and they come up to you with some actionable change actions, then you gotta let them go. Like, I'm all here for like second chances and stuff like that, but there comes a point where you realize, yo, like, this person just don't respect me. You could tell me, you could sit here and tell me you love me all day, but if your actions are saying you don't respect me, then you could keep that love, keep that shit. I'm not desperate for someone's love because I love myself, and as long as I love myself, what more can you add? Like, you could add to me, but at the end of the day, that's just the shirt that I'm wearing for the day. Like, your love is just a shirt that I'm wearing for the day. At the end of the day, I'm gonna die, and at the end of the day, like, what you add to my life, it's kind of sounding negative, because I'm looking at it both ways. I'm looking at it as like, yeah, I'm gonna take your love, how you love, but at the same time, if your love isn't adding, if your words and your actions aren't adding up, then it's quiet for that. He goes on to say, I've seen it numerous times, and I'm going to say it again. If you don't love yourself, and you have no business seeking love from others, other people will exploit your need for love and affection for their own benefit. Don't hold that against them. Just stay away from them, which is facts. Which is facts. Never be out here looking desperate. Never be out here searching and, oh, I want this, that, and the third. Like, you know what I mean? Like, keep it cute, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, I said earlier on this episode, like, yo, like, I want to be in a relationship. Like, I want to have a happy family, have kids, be married, traveling the world with my girl. But I'm not out here desperate for this shit. Like, if it comes, it comes. If it don't, it don't. Like, at the end of the day, I love myself. I got myself. And it sounds negative, but it's a simple life truth. Like, this is what it is. Like, we could all say certain things that we want or go about things and searching, but that's where I don't really like to use like modern terms or how people like to how to put people in certain boxes or like a simp or this, that, and the third. For one, like, whatever, cool. As long as you love yourself first and you got the means to like pour into somebody else, you can't pour into somebody else and love somebody else if you don't love yourself first. And of course, everybody that you meet, everybody that you come across in your life is gonna expect to be loved differently, and that's kind of the beauty of life is learning somebody and learning how you can grow into learning somebody else. Like, yo, all right, you like to be loved this way, I like to be loved this way. Let's see where we meet in the middle. And if we don't meet in the middle, we don't line up, cool, no hard feelings. You go your way, I go my way. In love, you could love somebody with you and you could release them in love the same way. Like, is never, you should never hold grudges. Like, unless somebody do something like crazy to you, like they break your trust or they disrespect you, shit like that, then yeah. But even so, like, the negativity, it don't garner nothing. So you can always push somebody to the side with love and keep it pushing. You know what I mean? You don't have to explain to everybody, because everybody knows what they did. Everybody knows. So release them with love. Simple as that. If these words are hitting home, don't pity yourself. Love yourself and put yourself in the situation you deserve to be in. That was the last sentence of that one, and it's crazy because it is hitting home, but I definitely don't pity myself. Like I said earlier in the beginning, like my opening, I guess, monologue, bro, I'm really that guy, and I keep saying it, I keep reiterating it. It's kind of because the mind is powerful. It's so powerful that if he who thinks it can do it, and he who thinks he can't won't. I kind of said that in the last thing. I kind of mixed up the words a little bit, but it's so powerful that if you believe you could do something, you'll be able to do it. If you believe you can't do it, then of course you will never be able to do it. And we can kind of go into like the comparison kind of aspect of it vaguely, because you can't sit here and say something's impossible if it's been done before. You know how many people have already gone through what you're going through right now and thrive through it? There's people that are going through what you're going through right now and didn't make it through it. But what that got to do with you? Take the positive out of all your situations. Take the positive out of all your situations. There's no reason why Joe Schmo down the block got a worse hand than you and he thriving. There's no reason why. It's because you don't have that self-love. Joe Schmo, he loves himself. And he gonna walk into every room with the mindset of whatever happens, happens. I'm here. If this is where I'm supposed to be, cool. If it's not, cool. You know what I mean? It's a thin line between confidence and arrogance. It's a very thin line between confidence and arrogance. But I feel like, man, it get crazy. Life is crazy. Life is crazy. Life is really crazy. And bro, we all go through things. We all go through things, but loving the bottomless pit is not something that we gotta put on our mantle. It's not one of the titles that we need to hold. You know what I mean? If you're doing your best in a situation and nothing's coming out of it, it's one thing to be patient. Cause that's how I was. I was patient. I was like, you know, it's not working out right now. But I've had my relapses where I'd be like, yo, this is not it. This is not it. And then I'll talk myself back into it. Like, well, you know, it's gonna take some time. Let me just thug it out, whatever. And then later down the road, it's like, nah, this ain't it. And then I talk myself back into it. And it's kind of like third, fourth time is like, you know what, duh. And then, you know, the craziest part about it, once you move on and shit like that, then you start seeing people like true colors. You know what I mean? Once it's like you see the little quirks, or you see the little pockets of where it's like, all right, so none of that shit was true, and that makes it so much easier for you to just rock out, do what you had to do. And that's kind of the situation I'm in right now, where I'm just like locked in. I'm glad I got people in my corner that I could talk to and give my authentic thoughts to, like just tell them straight up, like, yo, listen, I woke up sad today. Oh yeah, what happened? What's the reason? You know what I mean? And they'll listen to me. And it's the same way. They call me, they text me, yo, I ain't feeling good today. Word, what happened, bro? Like, what's going on? I don't know. Nah, you know. You could tell me. Yeah, this, that, and the third. I'm like, yo, well, you know what I mean? I give them their advice that they need, or give them the advice that I would want from myself. And they, you know, take it, they don't take it, whatever the case may be. And it's the same way. People give me advice, I take it, I don't take it. But it's the fact that they listen and cared. You know what I mean? So, I guess I could end the episode right there. This one was kind of interesting. I kind of like this episode too. That's 2 episodes I shot today. I might release this one later tonight. I'm not too sure. Because I was supposed to go do a photo shoot today, but the person was coming from Ohio, and I guess she ran a little late, so I gotta check on that. I don't want to like start uploading it and I gotta stop. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Oh, that's the rain. It's raining. So yeah, I'm gonna end this episode right here. I hope y'all learned something about yourselves today. If you did, comment down below what you learned. I'm always here for the open dialogue. If you did not, tell me to shut up. That's fine. Or you could just click off the video. Either way, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. We out.